Stop caring about people. Stop messaging your friends and see which ones reach out and which ones don't. Hi everyone, to those that know me, welcome back, and to those that don't know me, I'm here to help you channel fearless self-growth and self-expression. I have a new kitten, so expect some background sound, okay? Here she is! Say hi to Fifi! So my intro to this video seemed a bit harsh, and it should be harsh because this year is changing. 2024 is changing. This is a universal video. It's not only for 2024, but this is when I'm filming it, the beginning of the year. So what better time? So I've written some things down and I'm also gonna improvise as well. This is the year of strength, of powering through, acceptance, flowing, not forcing. Strength is feminine. We often hear that it's channeling your masculine energy when you work hard and you hustle and you push through and you're not relaxing and you're not stopping. Feminine energy is often seen as slowing down and deep breathing and taking your time and grounding yourself and being around nature. But another element of feminine energy is strength. Women are so strong. We go through childbirth. We go through our monthly cycle every month. There is so much that women have to go through that is just pure strength. And there's something so beautiful about flowing, not forcing in life. And when I say flowing, it actually makes you more productive, because when you flow, you stop getting in your head. You go along with what life gives you instead of resisting it, because life is so unexpected and we really don't know what to expect. There's been a lot going on in the world, from a political side to a humanitarian side. There are so many awful things going on that we really don't know what is promised to us tomorrow. So what better time than now for us to channel our strength and to try and overcome the things that are holding us back. I understand we can be emotional and we can get in our heads and we can have mental health related issues, whether it's depression or anxiety. I've had all of it. I've been diagnosed with certain things, which I'm not going to share right now. But that is more the reason why I'm saying this to you guys. Something really awful happened to me a month ago. One of the worst things that ever happened to me in my whole life. It was pretty messed up and dangerous, and I don't want to talk about it right now, but I've been through a lot in my life, but this really took the biscuit, so much so that I noticed when other difficult things have been happening in the last month, I really don't care about it. You're almost like, in the grand scheme of things, it's really nothing. So how can we tap into that inner strength and overcoming things? Remember, number one, remember that you have been through worse things before. Number two, if you have some sort of therapist, I use BetterHelp. I've been using BetterHelp for 2 years. I know lots of people say negative things about BetterHelp, but for me it's been a complete life changer, because when the awful thing happened a month ago, whilst I was in a really dark place, I didn't have to go searching for a therapist. I searched for a therapist when I was in a better place, so that when the bad thing happened, my therapist was ready and raring to go to be there for me. And without her, I wouldn't have got through this in even close to how well I did. So number three would be to keep channeling as much as you possibly can with your healthy habits, whether it's booking an exercise class. I always say booking an exercise class because you're almost forced to go. Maybe you can book one which isn't so intimidating, like a slower yoga. Find out what's going on. My kitten is playing with a fluffy, loud toy. Apologies everyone, my battery died, so I'm gonna round this chapter up. So finally, what you can do to also help you be stronger and get through certain difficult situations. Oh my gosh, my kitten is so noisy. What you can do is keep watching videos like this. Watch videos like mine. You've got really amazing people. Like Hayley Gamba is amazing at teaching you some inner strength, owning who you are, dealing with people's situations. Wizard Liz is really good at it, amongst many other girls on here. And this doesn't only work for women, this obviously works for whoever you are. So next up, I've written on here, okay, so when it comes to, for example, dating, many people have said that dating has been a little bit difficult in this day and age, and I would agree. I'd say back in the day, a few years back, now I'm in my 30s, obviously it was different in my 20s and in my teens, I found that people put in more effort with each other. People were less disposable, and that is just a fact. I could get a boyfriend tomorrow and it was easy breezy, easy peasy, and we would have patience with each other and we worked through it. Wasn't perfect, but definitely much better than nowadays. So when you're getting through dating situations, that's when I feel like you really have to channel your strength. This is a really good one to channel your strength, guys, because It's inevitable that things are going to happen with your partner. It's inevitable that people are going to disappoint you and upset you. And I'm just going to take the toy away from my kitten. I know it's mean, but it's too noisy. This is jingling. She's going to be upset, but I'll give it back to her in like 5 minutes. Humans in general, whether it's your family, your partner, your friends, they do create issues. They create issues in life. They aren't... Having a new kitten is so distracting. She's a rescue, by the way, of course. Someone dumped her on the street and we took her because someone literally abandoned this cutie. How can you abandon such a sweet thing, huh? Why so cute? So with this knowledge that most people are going to disappoint you, that's when you then have to write down or state to yourself or educate yourself and teach yourself on what your standards are. So for me, my standards are, I actually don't have that much energy for bickering back and forth. Some people have the energy for bickering back and forth because they understand that people are imperfect and they're happy to work with people. Whereas for me, I want a bit more of a peaceful life. I get really, really emotionally and mentally drained from bickering, little arguments. It's not really the big stuff that affects me so bad. It's the little everyday things that overwhelm me. When this really bad thing happened to me a month ago, I was in so much mental pain and physical pain that I just realized that nothing else really matters. And that is when I channeled into flow, not force. Flow, not force. When you go through such a hard time, you have no choice but to like end life there and then, or flow with life and just accept what it's given you. Just accept it. And as really tough as that is, and it's almost like a first world problem because there's people in the world right now that are going through the most horrific things. Some of us are very lucky to have the privilege of flow, not force, when we're not going through some horrific, like war zone or something like that, of course. So now I've covered dating. Obviously, let me know in the comments if you want me to cover some more. But basically the gist and the crux of it is I'm telling you that we just have to accept that sometimes our partners are not going to be amazing, and we have to decide if they don't align with our standards, then we might have to let them go. And as harsh as that seems, this is the theme of today. It's all about focusing on ourselves and supporting ourselves and looking after ourselves. I mentioned earlier, stop messaging people and see which ones reach out to you and which don't. One of my closest friends in the whole world, I feel like I've been chasing her for the last 4 or 5 years. And this is very vulnerable, obviously, to tell you guys. But I've been friends with her for almost 20 years. And I decided 3 months ago to stop reaching out. And I haven't heard from her for 3 months. And this is someone who I've known for 20 years and who I considered like a sister. And I just realized I don't care. I feel like instead of being woe is me, I've managed to get through that by being like, oh, what are my goals? My YouTube channel, my art, my kittens, rescuing cats, my work, making money, saving money. Saving money has really channeled this sense of achievement and this excitement for the future. Saving money has actually, for me, been like a really key thing that has given me that extra confidence and boost in the last few months. So I'm really happy about that. So you have to figure out what it is for you that makes you feel excited and uplifted, which then in turn makes you stronger to deal with the things that aren't so nice in your life and the really difficult things. And I'm not saying you need to completely cut off your friends, and I'm not saying that you should never reach out to your friends. I'm just saying it is kind of an interesting test, and it kind of gives you a wake-up call and really makes you see that maybe you were putting in all the effort all of that time, all along. So as I mentioned earlier, I wrote down, this is the year of strength.